Good morning. Good morning to this session on how to trade using Algomojo platform um, and how to automate your strategies or indicators that you would be using for trading and investment and investing in the Indian markets as such. My name is Lokesh. I'm part of the Algomojo team. This session is getting recorded. In case if you want to have a look at it again, it will be available to you. And in case you have any queries, kindly use the Q&A box to type out your message. I will try and answer them as we go along. You need not have to wait till the end of the session for raising any queries. Let's try and keep it interactive. Kindly raise your queries in the Q&A box. Uh, got a bit of a sore throat, so my voice is slightly not okay. Kindly bear with me. Thank you for that. Yes, we will start with a small presentation, and then we will look at how do we look at the platform and what are the features and facilities available for all the users. Just a small disclaimer. We are not a strategy provider. We don't provide tips. We don't provide any advisory services. We act like a bridge between your broking terminal and the strategies that you might be running in various charting platforms like TradingView, Amibroker, Ninja Trader, or charting, etc. Whenever your charting platforms generate a signal to place an order, either buy or a sell or a cover or a short, we pick up those signals and place orders in your account, in your broking account. That is the main functionality. We are not a tip provider. Yes, we will look at what are the facilities uh, that are available. When we get into the features, I'll take you through how to do that. There's a query for setting capital allocation for trading in, say, uh, set the capital for the stocks when you are buying or selling as such. Now, the queries somebody has raised is slightly different. Say, if you have a certain amount of capital and you want to trade maximum of 8 trades, uh, quite similar to that, but not exactly the same. What I was trying to say is that now, if you're a trader who has got a certain amount of capital allocated to each and every kind of stock, based on the last trading price, if you want us to calculate what should be the quantity to be traded based on the capital allocated for that stock, we will, based on the LTP, we will place the orders as per the capital that you allocated and the LTP. That is the kind of facility that we have currently, not looking at the overall capital and overall number of trades. However, we have a facility where you can limit the number of trades that you can take in a day. For example, if you don't want to trade a particular strategy for more than, say, 5 signals or 10 signals or 2 signals, whatever your requirement would be, that setting can be done in our platform. Suppose you have said that, okay, I don't want to take more than 4 trades for, say, trading in Nifty. We will not allow the fifth trade to be executed. We will limit it to 4 signals. Yeah, somebody is trying to ask a question. Could you kindly use the Q&A box to type out your query? Unfortunately, there's no audio facility as such. You can use the Q&A box and um, type in your question or query that you would have, or if anything that you would like to see in particular, you could do that. I will try and show that during this demo as such. Hope that is fine. Hope the voice and the video is okay. Fine. Taking it further, we will start with a small presentation. Like our website is algomojo.com. It is a the agenda would be that we will look at the platform and its features, and we will look at how to do an integration with a charting tool like TradingView. We will use some sample strategies and indicators which are available in TradingView, and do a setup and check how to place the orders. Yeah. And in case if you have any particular thing to be seen in TradingView, any particular indicator or any particular strategy that you would like to have a look at it, please let me know. Uh, uh, there's a query, mean charting signal to a single strategy, we can limit the number of trades taken. Yes, that is right, sir. Suppose you have created a strategy which say scans 100 stocks and you don't want to take more than 10 trades for the stocks that are screened by say charting. You can limit that. So you can say that, okay, don't take more than 10 trades. So if the 11th signal is coming for a different stock, we will stop that as such. Yes. However, it is both. When we say a trade, a buy and sell will be counted as one. So if you're trading in multiple stocks and you wanted to limit it to say 10 stocks, then keep the limit at about 20, so that each buy, 10. So each buy and sell would be taken for a stock. Um, I presume that you would be sending unique stocks from charting, meaning that the same stock will not get repeated again and again for buy and sell as such. If that is the case, you can say that, okay, limit my trades to 10 stocks for the day or 20 stocks for the day. Currently, the limiting of capital per stock is available, but for an overall strategy basis, yes, good feedback, sir. We will try and incorporate that and see how we can build that. Say that, okay, for the entire, say, for example, if you set a charting based strategy and you allocated, say, 15 lakhs for that strategy, you don't want to take trades more than not more than the capital that is allocated for that strategy. Got your point? We will discuss with our development team and see how we can incorporate that going further. So thanks for that feedback. Pretty valuable as such. See, we also have a facility in our website wherein if you feel that you need a certain kind of facility or a feature to be made available for a trader or an investor, you raise that query also using our website. I'll show you how to do that so that our development team can go through the requirement and try and include that as a facility in our website as such. We keep looking forward to feedbacks from traders and investors, and so that the facilities and features that will be useful for everybody can be built in our platforms. In case you want to look at anything particular in TradingView, kindly let us know. We will try and see that today. And in case if there are any Amibroker user, if you'd like to see how it works, how any strategy works in Amibroker, we can try and have a demo of that also. Mainly, we'll be focusing on TradingView. In case somebody wants to have a look at Amibroker, kindly let me know. I'll try and show those also. Just one more. We'll have a small brief on what is the kind of support that you can expect from Algomojo. And queries, don't wait till the end. You can raise it as we go along. Yeah. Our website is algomojo.com. We are a web-based platform. We don't have any app per se to use. You can use or get into a platform and start using it through any of the web browsers available. So it could be Chrome, it could be Edge, Safari, any of those. And you can use our platform and all the features available. And it is uh, we have designed a platform to help traders and investors to automate any kind of strategy that you would have. You're not dependent on us to provide the strategies. You can bring in any study that you have, and if you want to automate that, that is where we come into picture. So you have an indicator or you have a strategy, you built it on your own or got it developed, and you want the executions to happen automatically. That's where we come into picture and help you to automate those signals that your study would be generating as such. Now, we have integrated with some of the popular tools like TradingView, Amibroker, MT4, and charting. Ninja Trader also as a button trading facility is available. Excel and Python are other platforms or other places using which you can try and place orders. Excel is not a completely automated system. It is just a user interface, I would say. You will still need to press a button even in Excel to place any kind of orders as such. Either if you find it convenient to operate from a Excel, you can try and do that. Otherwise, you can. There is a facility to do the same activity in our platform itself. So we will look at it when we get into the actual platform usage as such, how to place orders and close orders from there. Then we provide common API connectivities. uh, That's right, sir. Based on a particular strategy. In that strategy, I will, when we look at it, how do we do, especially for charting kind of users? Suppose you have, say, 10 stocks for which each stock you would allocate certain amount of capital. Uh, you can do that stock wise. We will look at it also how to do that. Yes, based on your capital allocated, and when we this get the signal, the platform will automatically calculate the quantity to be traded and place orders accordingly. So we provide common connectivity to multiple brokers. Currently, close to 30 brokers are integrated. We keep adding more brokers, and whatever codes that are need to be used are provided by us. And we have tried to keep the entire process as simple as possible. Anybody with a laptop or a computer usage knowledge will be able to automate the strategies or studies that you would have. You need not have to have any kind of coding or programming knowledge. You need not have to open up any codes that you are using in TradingView, Amibroker kind of platforms. Uh, so we don't, you need not have to have any kind of coding or programming knowledge as such. Um, all you have to do is copy paste a couple of things and you're ready for receiving the signals into your terminal, broker terminal automatically whenever there's a signal generated. Yes. Uh, so we have tried to keep it as user friendly and as simple as possible. This is to help, especially the retail community, so that you can focus on building your strategies or identifying strategies, testing those, and trying to deploy those. You need not have to get into the complexity of uh, modifying the codes for automation purposes. Now, some of the key features available are that you can customize what is that you want to trade, whether you want to trade uh, futures, or you want to trade in options, you want to trade in stocks intraday or personal carry forward. You can Our platform will support all such kind of requirements. So you need to, as a first step, define what is that you want to trade in the platform. After that, you get into a small process of creating an alert or downloading a module kind of activity in your based depending on your charting tool, and complete the alert creation or complete the bridge installation in Amibroker and download the module in Amibroker, and you're set for running your strategy and indicators. So in terms of options, you can trade in a static or a particular kind of option for the day. If you feel that, okay, you want to trade for the entire day, a particular strike in CE or PE, you can choose that. Or you can ask the system to select either the ATM or ITM or OTM strikes automatically. We provide up to 20 strikes depth in terms of ITM and OTM. So whenever there's a signal coming in, if you have say selected ITM 5, we will look at what is the ITM strike for that particular instrument and place orders for those options as such in your system. You can buy options. If you're a writer, you can use a platform still to write options. If you want to hedge your main trades either by buying or selling options, it's possible to do that automatically from our platform. For large orders, we take care of the order splitting. You may not have to worry about placing or closing multiple orders when the quantity that you're trading are large. So we will look at what is the freeze quantity and what is the kind of quantity that you are trying to trade. Accordingly, we'll place the orders. And in terms of risk management, we have got many functions or features built in. You can look at target setting or stop loss, which could be based on points, or it could be percentage. It could be based on M2M also. Or there's a new facility called Profit Lock that we have launched pretty recently, where you can lock in a minimum amount of profit. And in case if the profit starts coming down, or the market reverses and goes against your direction, then we look at if there's a profit to be locked in, we will close the position for that particular strategy, so that you end up at least the minimum that you're expecting from that strategy as such. You can set the time when you want to take the trades. Suppose you don't want to trade the morning volatility and you want to start after 11 o'clock. You can set the start time, and similarly end time. You say that, okay, I don't want to take any trades coming in, say after 2:30 or 3:30, or sorry, 3:15. You can do that, so that those signals, if they are received, will be ignored by our system. Or if you want to trade only the morning first half an hour or 1 hour, you can do that also, saying that you could start the time at 9:15 and close all my trades by say 10:45 or 11 o'clock. So after that, no signals will be processed, even if it comes from your uh, charting tool as such. Uh, See, we provide paper trade and live trade. Our suggestion is to uh, start with a paper trade kind of feature, test it out completely, and once you're satisfied that the platform is able to take care of your requirements in terms of um, the trade, order placements, targets and stop loss if you're trying to set, or any functionality that you are expecting, and if you feel that it is available and it is working as per your expectation, move to the live trade only then. Yes. um, Somebody was asking, there could is there a delay in paper trade? If there's a delay in the paper trade, not actually. See, we have noticed, as I was mentioning, we are a bridge provider. We don't do any processing. Any signal coming in for buying or selling, we just pass that on to a broker for the instrument and the quantity that you're trying to trade. So there's no overhead that we place on in terms of processing your signal as such. And we don't expect any significant delay as such. Uh, we have seen that the orders will get processed pretty fast in terms of milliseconds, I would say. Uh, of course, what you would see on the screen is all API driven. So the order comes from your charting tool, it is sent to the broker and then to the exchange, and the reverse confirmation comes to us through API, and it will be displayed on the screen for you as such. So the actual execution and what you see on the time, sometimes you might find there's a small difference, but the execution would definitely have happened in milliseconds of receiving the signal or the order as such. Yes. Um, Fires, in case if you're finding an issue, not really. So see, what happens is, suppose you're placing an order at say 9:59 and 55 seconds. Our system will show that at 9:59, 55 seconds, millisecond is not being shown in a system. Say if it was 9:59, 55 in terms of milliseconds, and the order got processed in a couple of milliseconds, you might see that the order has got placed at as 10 as such, 10 a.m. as such. It is rounding off to the nearest second. We are not able to show in milliseconds the actual execution time. That's the reason. Maybe you're saying that there's a as 1 second or 2 second. It is never. You can actually check the contract note or the broker terminal as to when the order was placed as such. Yes. And in terms of if you're finding any difference in terms of somebody was mentioning the quantity in terms of lot or size, there's a method of reconfirming what is the quantity that you're trying to trade. We will check that when we look at the system as such. In case if you there should not be any difference between what you see and what the broker would execute. In case if there is such kind of uh, issue, kindly let us know. We will definitely speak to the respective broker and take it forward. Sir, I'm not, is everybody able to see my presentation? There's one person. Yes, there's a presentation I'm showing. I suppose people are able to see my presentation. Can anyone confirm if the PPT is visible for you? Yeah, sir, I request you to kindly re-log in. The screen is visible and have a confirmation from quite a few you participants that the PPT is visible. In case if you're not able to see it, I request you to kindly log out and log in again. Try it. There's no issue as such. And again, reconfirming that the same presentation, the session is getting recorded, will be available for you to view at it later. In case if you have missed out, you can go through the recording again. Request you to kindly re-log in. Thanks. Yeah, so up to 6 paper trades are allowed for you to test. Kindly note, paper trade facility is for testing the process and the platform. Wouldn't recommend that to be used as a back testing or a forward testing tool as such, because the kind of information that you need for back testing or forward testing, we are not the platform for that as such. This is to ascertain that all your signals are getting processed and executed as per your strategy requirement, as per your indicator or study requirement. To test that, the paper trading facility is being provided. Test it out for a couple of cycles, a day or two, and in case if you find that the orders are getting placed as per the requirement of your study, then shift over to the live trade. That is the recommendation. That is the whole purpose of providing the paper trading facility as such. In terms of other features, we have rollovers in case if you're trading in say weekly options or monthly options. Uh, you can set the rollover. The system will automatically look at what are the positions open and accordingly roll over to the next week or next contract as such at the set date and time as such. You can also limit the number of signals that you want to be processed of the same type. What does this mean is, especially when if somebody is using a tool like Amibroker. The Amibroker or even any other tool, you get repainting issues. So users face repainting issues wherein multiple buy or multiple sell signals would be generated. To avoid that kind of thing happening, we you can set that okay, to process only one buy order and the next order signal that should be processed should be sell. If another buy comes in, we will ignore that. Or if your strategy is designed in such a manner to take multiple signals of the same type, suppose your strategy keeps buying or pyramiding as such, then you can set it in such a manner that it will keep accumulating the same signals. Say if you want 5 signals or 10 signals of the same type to be included and processed and the orders placed, that's fine with us. You can set that also. In case if you feel that it is repainting and you don't want that to happen, you can set it to one so that only one signal of buy or sell is processed at a time. You can also set how many signals that you want to trade for the day. Suppose you are a trader and you don't want to take more than 6 trades a day in a day or 5 trades in a day. For whatever reason, logic you would have, you can set the number of limits. You can limit the number of signals that needs to be processed also. Uh, so not an issue at all. So you can set how many trades you want to trade. Yes, we will look at some live samples. See, we will not be able to see in Zerodha because Zerodha after market hours, they don't allow any orders coming in from to be placed in the platform. We will look at a broker like TradeGenie for today's demo. wherein we will place some live orders. We'll be using Bitcoin market to generate live signals, and we will see how the orders would get placed in our platform into the broker account also. Linking of your account, it could be done or broke Zerodha or any of those. It is a very, very simple process. We can show that also, or we have a documentation to help out users for integrating any brokers that we already have onboarded. I'll show the section also. All you have to do is follow the steps provided, and it gets done. The integration happens pretty easily. I'll show you how to do it in Zerodha also, in case if anybody is interested in Zerodha. Yeah, in case if you're an option trader, then which would involve multiple legs of orders to be placed based on a single signal, you have the flexibility in our platform to define each leg independently and group them together to place a single order as that. In one shot, all the orders can be triggered, and in one shot, all the orders can be closed or reversed as such based on the requirement. As of now, you have to create each individual leg separately and then group them. We are also working on a facility wherein if you say you want to trade in Anaconda, then all the legs of Anaconda will be automatically generated. So that is a couple of weeks away. We will be launching such facility also. Till then, you need to create each of those legs separately and then group them. Then you can set to receive notifications in Telegram app. Yeah, somebody is asking Angel. Uh, yeah, paper trading by default. So we provide up to 6 paper trades for you to try it out for both trial users and also for any paid subscribed users also. So I don't see any limitation there. Earlier it used to be 3. We have increased it to 6 now. Um, some more facilities. This is a new feature that we brought in pretty recently, wherein you can lock the profit that you want to have for a particular trade or for a particular strategy, so that you get to take home at least a minimum of uh, a profit in case the market turns against you as such. The way it works is pretty simple. All you have to do is you have to set a law trigger. Suppose say you're trading and you have reached a profit of say 10,000 rupees. Then you say that, okay, my trigger is at 10,000 rupees. If my profit starts going beyond 10,000 rupees, then trigger my profit lock mechanism that I want. And also define how much profit you want to be logged in. Suppose you say that your trigger should start at 10,000 and you want to minimum have a profit of 6,000 in case the market reverses. So keep the minimum lock profit at 6,000. So if the market reverses and comes to 6,000 rupees, we'll close the position and you get to take home at least the minimum that you were expecting. And you can trail that also. Suppose your profit increases by, say, from 10,000, it goes to 11,000 rupees. So minimum you had kept it at 6,000. And for every 1,000 rupees increase in your profit, if you want the lock profit to move up accordingly, say by 250 rupees or 500 rupees, you can do that also. So in a way, you're trailing your profit. There's a method available where you can trail your profits that you want to take home also based on the direction of the market that is moving or the strategy that is moving. If it is moving in your direction, keep scaling it up so that you can maximize on the profits as such. Just one moment. Uh, there's some power fluctuation. Hope my audio is okay, video is okay. See, the profit log or the stop loss or the target, all those are based on LTP. It is not only candle close as such. If you have set, suppose you have taken an entry into a option for at 100 rupees and you kept the target as say 150 rupees, as soon as the price reaches 150 rupees, that portion will be closed. Similarly, if you kept a stop loss of 75 rupees, if the premium drops to 75 rupees, we will close that portion for you. No, it does not the lock or the closure of the candle as such. Yeah. So profit lock would help you to scale up your profit in case the if the market is moving in your direction. Kindly try it out. A lot of people have found huge value in this facility. We built this based on various inputs that we received from um, users of our platform as such. A detailed note on how to set it up is also available in a blog. I'll show you the blog also where, in case you want more information or steps to use these kind of facilities, you can have a look at the blog also. It gives you a step-by-step process as to how to use each and every feature. Any queries so far? Kindly let me know use the Q&A box. The other things that we are working on is currently the price is always placed as market order. The any signal that we get, we send it as a market order. We are working on to get order placements as limit or stop loss market, and we are also working on one-click option kind of strategies. We are working on adding watch list, which will have option strikes for stocks and even indices. These are things which could happen in a short duration. Couple of weeks is what we are expecting. The segments that you could try and trade are definitely equities. It can be cash for intraday or for delivery basis. Um, of course, futures and options. It can be NSE, BSE, commodities, any of these segments. Currently, option trading in forex and crypto is not done. We are working on crypto markets. We could have a facility where you could um, trade in cryptos also going forward. That is another area that we are focusing on. Maybe shortly, we might get a facility to trade in cryptos also. As I was mentioning, we have integrated with close to 30 brokers across the country, and it would include most of the large popular brokers, including Zerodhas to Angels to Dun to Five Paise, Shunya, all brokers more or less are available for API-based trading. We'll keep adding more adding to this list so that you could have more brokers to choose from. Any queries so far? Let me know. And in case if you open a new account using any of these 7 brokers, you get the access to use Algomojo platform free of cost for life as such. So there'll be no charges to use our platform in case if you open a new account with Algomojo as a referral for life as such. I'll show you how to open a new account from our website so that you need not you can avail this benefit as. Now, when it comes to automation, it happens in 2 parts. The first part is what you need to do in Algomojo per se, wherein you define what is that you're trying to trade. Once that is done, we get into the next step of automation in TradingView or Amibroker as such. Um, yeah, what we'll do is we will get into uh, get to look at our platform. This is our website, algomojo.com. As I was mentioning, in case if you want any new feature which is currently not available and um, you would like to have that facility, you can use this button and provide us the details about the feature that you're looking at. And in case if it's available, we will definitely come back and tell you if it's available. In case if it is not and feasible, we will try and get it done for you. Now, in case you need a demo, you can um, use this button to fix a time and date. Our support team will get in touch with you and help you out with the initial setup as to how to do it. As I was mentioning, to avail the APIs using Algomojo as a referral, kindly use this button called Open Account. There are 7 brokers with whom we have an arrangement so that if you open an account with any of these people, these brokers, you get to use our platform without any additional charges. What are the charges to use Algomojo platform? I will share those details. Now, once you have an account, or if you already have an account, or if you open a new account, and once you have the user ID and credentials, all you have to do is log into our platform using this button. Select the broker from the drop down. Like I'll be using TradeGenie today. Select the broker, and the credentials will be the same as what your broker would have given. Use the same credentials in terms of user ID, password, and authentication. It could be OTP or it could be TOTP. Use the same credentials and log in to our website. And once you log in, you'll get a summary page, which will look the same for all brokers, irrespective of whichever the broker is. You will have a same interface, a summary sheet, and provision to have watch list of the stocks that you want to monitor. And in case you want to place an order from here, you can do that also. All you have to do is say go buy and place an order for equity or stocks or options or futures, any segments. So idea is to have one platform which can take care of your entire trading and investment investments as such. You need not have to have multiple things open, and you need not have to keep monitoring at different places. You log into this page and you can do all your activities from here, except for maybe adding funds and withdrawing funds from the broker, or in case you need any back-end reports, then you will need to get back to your brokers back office and take the details from there. Right. Once you log in, you'll see a lot of tabs on the left side. The first tab is where you will get the Algomojo provided APIs. These are not brokers. This is our uh, APIs. So request all to use the Q&A box to have, if you have any queries, to type out the messages so that I can answer them. So first time when you're getting in here, it'll ask you to generate the API. So all users get to use our platform free of cost for 7 days. If you have an account with any broker with whom we have done the API integration, you will get to use for 7 days. Request you to kindly make use of the 7-day trial and check if the platform is able to meet your requirements in terms of your trading or investment activities. In case if it is meeting your requirement and we are matching your expectations, then get into renewing the APIs. There are a couple of plans available, a monthly, half yearly, and a yearly plan. On a yearly basis, it works out to 500 rupees per month as such. So these are the various plans available. Everything is pretty simple to operate and renew. So once you have the APIs, it will show you how many days it is valid for in terms of time and days as such. So uh, uh, first generate the API, and the next process is to defining what is that you want to trade. And somebody would like to have a look at. Yeah, we will look at how do we, suppose you have an account already, and from trading view, we will definitely be using a super trend strategy and generate signals now in the demo and place orders automatically today. We will see that. Yes, definitely. So once you have done this, next step is to define what is that you'd like to trade. That can be done from this tab called My Strategies. We go and define what is that you want to trade from here. Use this new strategy tab. and update what is that you want to trade. For example, today, let's look at how to trade in Nifty futures using super trend. Now, let me give a name, Nifty futures, demo 7th June. Can be any name. There are a couple of rules which are pretty important, and one should have a good understanding of what is the rule that you're going to select. I will be using this rule called stop and reverse for because this is the rule that is to be applied for a strategy like super trend. When I open the chart, I'll explain the rules in detail and how to choose the appropriate rule for your kind of strategy or indicator. Now let us the five rules are long only rule, short only, long plus short, buy sell short cover, and stop and reversal. I'm sure most of you would have heard or used super trend as such. Super trend as a strategy. Now, super trend, as you're aware, is always in trade, either long or short. So for operating such kind of strategies, we need to have this rule called stop and reverse. Then we'll select what is the segment that we want to trade in, whether it is equities, whether it is futures, or whether it is options. We'll need to select that. Let me select um, futures. Okay. And let me select Nifty futures. If you type in the first few letters of the instrument, you'll get a drop down. Please select from there. Order type currently is nominal or MIS. Sorry, it is nominal, normal or MIS, that is carry forward or MIS. Price is always by default market. Going forward, you will have limit and stop loss also available. So you need not have to do anything except leave it to the default value and select the number of lots you want to trade. Suppose you say you want to trade in 100 lots, it will also show you what is the quantity. So from here, you can make out the lot and the quantity based on the instrument. Suppose you're trading Bank Nifty, the quantity will be different for 100 lots. If you're trading Reliance as a future, then the quantity will be different. So based on the instrument that you select and the lot you select, it will show you the quantity for which the order will get placed. If it is more than the freeze quantity, it will also look at what is the freeze limit, freeze quantity for that particular instrument and place multiple orders to fulfill this entire 7,500 quantity. Next, so these are some of the basic things that needs to be updated. The rest are all optional. So minimum that is required for anybody to trade is what is the instrument and what is the quantity, and whether it is intraday or carry forward. So once you update this, the rest of the things that you can leave it with the default values, or in case if you want to update those, you can do that. Some of the things available for you to use is the target and stop loss. So you can set targets in terms of percentage, points, or M2M. If you say M2M, you can say I want to have a profit of 25,000 rupees and M2M, and update the stop loss. You want to keep it as say 5,000 rupees. And if you want to trail the stop loss again in M2M, and in what steps you want to trade, suppose for every 500 rupees increase in M2M, you want the trailing to happen by say 200 rupees. So it will keep moving up as the profits and losses, as the profit keeps moving up in your direction as such. So these are optional things that you need to take care of in case you want to. Otherwise, if your study or strategy is going to do that, you need not have to update any of these fields as such, right? And below are some more fields. Again, by default, the market time is set at 9:15. If you want to start later, you can do that. End time is for signals to be stopped for not processing. Suppose you say that you don't want to take any signals which come after say 3 o'clock. Then you set the end time as 3 o'clock. So any signal coming at 3:15 or after 3 o'clock will be ignored by the system. And again, similarly, square off, when do you want to square off, at what time and what contract, all those can be defined here and set as a one-time activity. Now, if you say that, okay, I don't want to have more than, say, 5 trades happening or 5 signals happening, so you can update those fields accordingly. For each of these fields, you get a pop-up message which tells you what it does for you as such. So in case if you're interested in looking at more of these details, kindly go to this web page, try out each of those fields, try and understand what do those mean. It's all pretty simple to understand, nothing complicated at all for you. So once you've set what is that you want to trade here, in terms of your instrument and quantity, all you have to do is submit this and save this strategy. We call this as a strategy page for trading in Nifty futures. Remember, this is a one-time activity. You need not have to worry about doing it every day. Once you set this, things are at the Algomojo end is updated and complete. You will need to get into the next step as to how to automate, say, using trading view. We'll look at that. So far, any queries, please let me know here. Yeah, when it comes to the rule, I will open the chart and explain the rules that we have. Yes. So once you submit the details of what you want to trade, platform will develop something called a webhook URL and certain codes that we need to use in TradingView for automation. So this webhook URL is going to be unique for each symbol or strategy that you create in Algomojo. So this is a very critical linking path. Please ensure that you use the correct webhook URL when you are trying to automate a signal or a strategy or a price in TradingView. These are pretty common. If you're running a strategy, this is the code to be used. How to use it, I'll show you that in the next step. In case if you're using an indicator, there are some codes to be used from here. All you have to do is copy paste them into TradingView. That is all is the are the steps to be done. Let us look at, so once you have updated what is that you want to trade as a one-time stuff, go back here. By default, it will be in inactive state. This is what we just created. You have to activate for paper trade or live trade so that the signals will get processed. Remember, start with the paper trade always. So once you click that, the paper trade will be enabled. See, every day morning, you're expected to log into Algomojo around the market open time, say around 8:45, 9 o'clock. Try and log in during that time because the tokens that we receive from the brokers would be ready for automation. Now, if you say log in say, at 5 o'clock in the morning, suppose you're abroad or you want to travel somewhere, you will log in at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning. Brokers will be doing some maintenance activities and they will refresh the tokens. So when the signals are coming in from your strategy, the orders will not get placed because the token would have got expired. So that is why we suggest try and log in as close to the market open hours as possible and not too early. So make it after 8:30, 8:30, 8:45 to be comfortable. Most brokers would have completed their back-end maintenance activities and they will be ready for the day as such. So every day morning, log in to this web page, your broker page, come to this tab called My Strategies and enable for paper trade and live trade or live trade. So it is start with the paper trade first. So next step is to get into TradingView and see how do we do the setup. So I have a TradingView thing open here. Let me add this. See, always the first step is oh, I think TradingView is doing some maintenance. Let us try. So in case the maintenance activity is up, completed by TradingView, we should be able to see some live trades. So to do that, first always start with the instrument that you want to trade. For example, today I wanted to check Bitcoin because that market would be open today on Saturdays. Yeah, that market is open, but TradingView, let us try. First is the instrument that you want to trade with. Next step is to select the time frame in which you want to trade. Say, for example, we'll check with a 1 minute time frame. We'll try with this. Uh, so instrument and select the time frame and then load the strategy that you want to use. Somebody was asking about super trend. I already have that open. So let me show that for you. So this is the super trend strategy. As I was, you would have seen or used super trend. Um, I suppose most of the investors and traders would be aware of this strategy. Very well known, very popular, and been a lot of people have been using it. So load your strategy. So load the instrument, select the time frame, and load your strategy, and then create the alert for this strategy. Now, before creating the alert, let me try and explain the various rules that are there. Now, it could be any strategy or that you're having. Look at the way it functions. Like super trend is always in trade, either in long or in short. Now, there is no where it is not in trade. It is always in trade. So expectation is that when it gives a buy signal, you have to take a trade, and when the sell signal comes, you are supposed to close the trade, long trade, and take the reverse trade. That's the short trade. So that is why we call it as a stop and reverse rule. As you can see here in our, let me do this. In our rules tab, we have a rule called stop and reverse. So this is the rule to be used for a strategy similar to super trend, or it can be anything. It can be UT board, half trend, alpha trend, anything that you would have, you would want to automate. Look at whether it is always in trade, either long or short. Now, you might have strategies which are not always in trade. What it would be mean that it will take a buy, say for example, it will take a buy here, and there's a target level, or it will exit here. And after that, there are no trades at all for some time. And then a sell will come in. And then again, it will act in a similar manner. It will close the sell trade somewhere here, and then there's no trade till, say, for example, here. So it is intermittently in trade, either long or short. For such kind of uh, strategies, if you are running, then you have to use a rule which is not the stop and reverse. It is something called a buy and sell. So what it does, that is the third rule. What it does is whenever there's a buy, it'll take a long entry, and say for example a target is met, it will sell it, or it will want you to close the position taken. So it will give a buy here and it will give a sell here, and after that there's no signal, there's no trade at all. So when a sell is given, we will close the position that we would have taken here and not take a reverse position. Whereas if you had taken the rule as stop and reverse, what we would have done is it will close the long trade here and immediately take the short trade, which is not the requirement as per the study or as per your strategy. Super trend requires that kind of rule, not every strategy. So be careful and look at how your chart or how your study or how your strategy is running, whether it is always in trade or it will say give multiple buys. Say it will give a buy here, it will give a buy here, it will give a buy here, and a final sell here. So for such kind of requirements, use the third rule, buy plus sell. So when a buy comes in, it will take a long trade. It will add another long trade here. It will add another long trade here, for example, if there are three buys. And when a sell comes, all three of them will get closed. And it will wait for the next sell or buy to come. So that is the way it is designed. So be careful in terms of selecting the rule. In case of there's any confusion, kindly read through this message where we have given for each rule how it operates. In case if you still need more information, either contact us or you can go through our documentation, which gives a brief about how to select the role. And in case you want us to examine and suggest, then you can get in touch with us either on call or by raising a ticket or an online support. Like you can use this available to assist. Our agent will be available immediately. They will connect on any desk or any kind of platform and look at your query. If you want to and us to recommend the kind of rule, we will look at what is the strategy you are running and what rule will be relevant. Accordingly, we will suggest so that you can use that. See, it will trigger a trade whenever there's a signal. Now, the strategies are not written by us. The strategies you are bringing in. Now, in case if your strategy or study is triggering a buy at whichever point in time, based on whatever is the logic that is being used, we will take that signal and place an order. It is your strategy might have been designed in such a manner that uh, it should give you a buy signal at the open of the next candle. If it is happening that way, yes, it will come to us. We will place the buy order. Or if it is to happen instantaneously when the level is reached, we will place the order according to that. Now, whether super trend is profitable or not, we are not a strategy provider. I'm just using this to explain as to how to do the setup. You will need to make a back test and check and what time frame, what instrument it could be profitable and how you want to deploy it. That study needs to be undertaken by you. So whenever there's a sell, for example, a sell has come, and whenever the sell signal is triggered, we would have got it and placed the order. So coming back here, so there are in terms of rules, you have something called long only and short only. Suppose you're a trader and you feel that the market is going up henceforth, and you would like to take only the long trades and ignore the short trades. You don't want to short the system. Then you use a rule called long only. Yeah, in our system, under the rules, you can go and say long only. If you use long only, what it will do is it will take only the long signals. So when a long is given, it will take a long entry, and here it will sell and close a position for you. And it will not take a reverse position. And if there's a sell again, it will not take. If there's a buy signal coming in, it will take the long entry. So whenever a long entry is given, the order gets processed. When the sell comes, we will close that position for you. So that is how the long only rule will operate. And the reverse is for short only. It will honor only the short signals. It will not take any long trades at all. So whenever sell is coming in, we will short the position for you. And when the buy comes, we'll close the short position for you. That is how the rules are defined and designed. So you have rules like long only, short only. Suppose you want to trade both long and short. That is, I was explaining that you have an entry and target comes, you have an exit. So, and then there are no trades for such kind of designs. Use the long plus short. And if you're an Amibroker user, then it is similar. It will work in the same fashion. Use the short and cover kind of rule. For trading you can use buy and sell only. And the third one or the last one, it is stop and reversal, typical to your super trend kind of studies. Yes. So once you have done this and enable the paper trade, the next step here is to create an alert. So let's try and do that. So after you've selected the instrument and the time frame and your strategy, go to this strategy and click on this add alert on super trend. Okay. Now it will ask you to provide the message box content. All you have to do is go here to Algomojo, where you defined what is that you are trying to trade. You want to trade Nifty here. And for a strategy, you just copy this content, go back to TradingView and paste it here. And go to notification. And one more thing I missed informing. You will need a paid subscription of TradingView. The free version doesn't support the webhook URL, nor the brokers provided TradingView terminals don't support webhook URL. So you need a subscription from TradingView, which will allow you to use this webhook URL, which is a must for placing orders automatically. So go to this webhook URL, and from the strategy that we just created here, copy this and paste it here and give it a name. For example, I will say NS uh, demo, say 7th June, and save it. That's it. You're done. There's no other step to be done for you to place to automate it. Now, whatever we just created will be visible here, and whenever there's a buy coming in, it will automatically place that buy order. Yeah, see, in case if you want to use multiple indicators, say you want to use RSI, you want to use CCI, you want to use ADX, you want to use, say, William R, and all conditions have to be met. That is also possible, but you have to get that coding done separately, wherein the code will need to check all the indicators readings and then generate the buy or sell signal, and then give this signal on the chart the buy or sell, which we will pick it up and place an order. Using a single indicator, you can place an order. When it involves multiple indicators, then you have to get a special coding done. We do take up the coding using multiple indicators or multiple studies, or it could be any logic, but it will come at additional cost. You will need to send us the details of your requirements by email so that we can check the feasibility, come back and tell you what is the time and cost involved. Based on that, we can take it forward. So you can use definitely any number of indicators, any number of conditions, get that coded and run it on TradingView to generate buy sell signals. And the process to do that for automation is like what we explained. All you have to do is select the instrument, timeline, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever the time frame you have studied or you want to use, and then load your study, which may have involved multiple indicators or multiple logic, and then it will check for everything and place an order. So load that, and after that the step is to add alert. That's all. So to add alert, you have to update the message box and you have to update the webhook URL. That is all is the process involved. See, all this would happen uh, pretty fast. Uh, TradingView, as you are aware, is hosted on a cloud, and Algomojo is also available in the cloud as such. So the intervention or the time involved for placement of orders happens in milliseconds. I wouldn't say that it is uh, say it happens at the next millisecond. No, there can't be any system which can execute within the next millisecond unless it is hosted in, say, Bombay data center, where you have a dark fiber connectivity, you have hosted your own server, a HFT kind of environment where high frequency traders they host their systems as close to the exchange or the broker, and the broker would have hosted their servers close to the exchanges, NSE, BSE, or any other exchange, and have dark fiber connectivity between those servers and exchange servers and place orders at the most fastest method. So I would say that we are up to that scale. Yes, we do execute in a matter of milliseconds and definitely not in seconds or minutes. It happens in milliseconds speed, much definitely faster than placing an order in front of your system, sitting in front of your system and placing the order manually. The whole advantage or the see, as a retail trader, we need to look at a system which is reliable and which can place orders without any emotions and much without any intervention, without much hazards and such. Now, imagine you are a trader, you're sitting in front of the system. You're looking at a super trend kind of strategy, and it has given you a sell signal. All you have to do is go to your broker account, select that instrument, and then place a buy or a sell order, which could take a couple of seconds. Now, that whole process, we are taking it away from you and placing the order directly from here onto your broker account within milliseconds as such. So that is how I would look at it. Uh, I'm definitely not that we are a high frequency trader or we don't have servers and dark fiber connectivity at near to the exchange or near to the brokers. We are based in the cloud, and TradingView is based in the cloud. We are trying to make the whole process simple and easy to use for retail traders. Now, there are high net worth individual HNIs who invest into servers and dark fibers and their own because the volumes that they trade would be much higher, and it justifies that kind of investments for them. Yes, time and execution speeds and much lower um, millisecond, nanosecond kind of environments matter. If they are able to justify for the kind of capital and investments that they're making. So it makes sense for them. But for retail users, yes, we are trying to make the simple process simple and as efficient as possible and as quick as possible. I'm not saying that we do it in nanoseconds. We definitely try and execute it in milliseconds as such. Yes. Now, after you set it up here, like an alert is set, in trading view, for example, if you look at the alert that you just created, this will, they also put an expiry time till 7th of July. So till 7th of July, you need not have to do anything in trading view. If you have a subscription and you've done the setup, it will keep running. Now, if you want to change that, you can go and make this say 31st of July or whatever date. If you want to extend it to beyond that also, I think till August you can extend 90 days or something. You can do that. Otherwise, by default, they would have a date till when it is valid. After that, you have to just go keep extending this date and time. Otherwise, it is fine. So this is one-time setup. And yes, you good that you asked. See, every day in the morning, you have to definitely log into your page and using your broker credentials and come and switch on the paper trade and live trade. This is more from a regulatory perspective. It is not that we want to do it. Regulation says that as a user, you have to log in every day and you have to place your orders. So being the reason, it is important that you log in every day into Algomojo and enable live trade or paper trade as per the requirement. So any queries so far on how do we do a setup using it can be any strategy. The process is the same. First, load, suppose you want to trade in Nifty or you want to trade in Bank Nifty, it could be stock, it could be future, any of those. Load the instrument in TradingView, select the time frame, select the strategy that you want to run, and after that, add the alert. And to add the alert, in the message box, copy and paste the content that is provided by Algomojo under the strategy which is there, like yeah, this, and paste it here and update the webhook URL. By default, in TradingView, the previous webhook URL you would have used will get repeated for the new alert. All you have to do is go back and if you have created a new strategy, just copy that and paste it here. That is all is the activity to be done to automate any signals that would come in. You need not have to do anything else for automation. Sir, suppose you've taken a long entry here and next day morning you're not logged in to Algomojo, for example, we will not be able to process the order if there's a sell signal coming. So every day you have to log in. Not only log in, you have to come and enable this. Uh, by default, it will be in inactive state. Inactive state like this, you have to enable for live trade or paper trade. Suppose you have not done this. Right. If a signal comes, it will get rejected and it will show under my signals saying that the order has come and it will be rejected. And the reasons for rejection will also be mentioned. If you hover on the rejected status, it will tell you what is the reason why the order was rejected. Yes, sir. The recording will be available. Sir, even if you have mentioned stop loss on target and if you have not enabled the trade, if you're not enabled the trade, though you have given the target and stop loss and your long position is still running, we will not be able to execute because mandatorily exchange requires that the user should have placed the order. For us, the user is you and you have decided not to trade for the day. But that is the reason why you're not enabled the live trade or paper trade. So we feel that if the user is not wanting to trade today, we will not know that it is done whether willingly or unknowingly. We will assume that the user doesn't want to trade today because he has not switched on his trades. So we will ignore all signals, we will ignore the targets and stop loss, and the long position will continue to be in your books. Right. Now, I'm coming back here. So enable the live trade or paper trade. Always start with the paper trade. Now, for example, as we saw here, this is already running in short. Now, as a trader, I feel that, okay, let me take this position, let me take this short position, and after that, leave it to the system to run. So I'll take a short here. manually I've done it. You can do that. Always remember, if you have to take position manually and after that you want the system to handle it, do it from here and not from your broker terminal. Go to the strategy which you have created and then select the appropriate action that you want to, whether you want to buy or sell, do that. If you take it manually, there's no way we can know that you have taken a position manually. So any new order coming in for that position that you have taken, nothing will be done from our side. So once you place an order, I placed it manually here, you will be able to see that here. You can see that a buy has been generated here, right? Sorry, yeah. I had taken a short portion. It says that manual short orders generated and it was completed. Just after that, a buy has come from Super Trend. As you can see, buy has been generated. So what had happened here was that uh, my order got executed for 7,500 quantity. Right. So initially I had taken a sell position. After that, a buy has come. So the long position has been, a short position has been closed and a long position has been taken. Now you will be able to see that a long position has been taken. So this is the strategy number 268. This was an earlier trade. So the way to relate it to it is go to my strategies and look at this number. This will be a unique number and you will be able to view all the trades based on the number here, like TC268. If you look at that, I had taken this short position and then a long position is running. So you can take the position manually and after that allow the system to work on its own. So now here the long is running. So this got triggered, as you can see here from the log. This was triggered at 11:13:12, right? If you come to Algomojo, you'll also be able to see the time here. You can see that the 11 here date 11:13:12 is the order received, signal received, and the order has been placed. That here. As I was mentioning, we don't round it off to the nearest millisecond, we round it off to the nearest second. As you can see here, the most of the orders are almost at the same time. Any queries, any questions so far, how to do it? Yeah, so yeah, so this is how to trade in say futures. Suppose you want to trade in options. So this is what we just created for trading in futures. So let's try and using a strategy, right? So let us try and see how do we do it for trading in options, for example. So for each kind of trade, whether it is equity or whether it is futures or options, you have to go here and create a separate strategy. So I'll create a new strategy for trading in Bank Nifty options demo. I'll again say 7th June. And I'll select the similar rule as stop and reverse. And I'll select the segment as futures and option. And here I'll say Bank Nifty. I want to trade in Bank Nifty options. Sorry, let me select dynamic options here. Bank Nifty. And expiry, again, I will select current month. And here, in terms of strike, I will say IT, ITM 5, for example. It can be anything, ATM, OTM, ITM, up to 20 strikes you can select. So whenever there's a signal coming in, it will pick up the ITM strike for that and place an order. So I'm a buyer, I want to buy in options, and I'll say I want to trade in 50 lots. So here it will show the quantity and it will also show what is the contract it is going to trade in. It will trade in 26th June, that is the monthly contract. So these are the minimum things that you need to set, right? After you do that, you just do a submit. It will get saved. If there are any errors, it will pinpoint. You can update the fields accordingly. And it will show up here, right? So Bank Nifty demo options. And will enable paper trade. And what we'll do is instead of um, strategy, we will use an indicator, for example. Um, so process is similar. First, select the instrument, select the time frame, then select the strategy or the indicator. We saw how to do it with a strategy. Let us try and do an indicator. After that, we'll do a price based also. Yes, level based. We will see it as RSI, for example. It can be any indicator. The process is the same. I'll select stochastic. It's most of you are aware of what is stochastic. It is an oscillator, overbought and oversold kind of interpretations is what is being done. So normally, a requirement would be that if it is an overbought, the market might reverse, and you would like to take a short entry. Here, we will try and do a back nifty options, buy a PE option if the RSI starts coming down a value of say 65. And when the RSI goes below say 20 and starts coming up, we would want this PE taken to be closed and a CE to be taken when the RSI comes back to 35 level from below. So for indicators of a price-based entry and exits, you will need to create two alerts, one for the entry and the other one for the exit. Now let's try and do for the entry first for this indicator. We will go again process after adding the instrument and the time frame and the indicator. We'll go to add alert on RSI. The pop-up is slightly different compared to a strategy pop-up. Now in strategy, if you look at yeah, when you say add alert, it was a simple thing. All you have to do is paste one message box, update this, and notification will update the webhook URL. Whereas there's nothing else to be done in the setting here. Whereas for indicator, it is slightly different. Here, there are a couple of other things that we need to update or tell TradingView what is to be done. Go to add alert on RSI, and we will say that if the RSI is going to cross down, it is crossing down, then a value of say 65, then if the RSI candle closes, then trigger my order is what we are trying to tell or update it to TradingView. So we are saying we have to update the condition and we also have to say trigger and what is the value where you want the trigger to happen. So I've said 65, and in the message box, we will need to update the message, which is slightly different. Here we'll go to the Bank Nifty option strategy that we just created. And the message is the same irrespective of what you use. Go to indicator section and then we will take this selection of this code called sell, come back to TradingView, update it here and give a name. We'll say BN entry sell. It can be any name. Under the notification, we'll need to update the webhook URL. I'll copy that from here. It's a simple copy paste of two things and update it here. Sorry, yeah, give it a name. The code is here and the webhook URL is here. Just say create. Sorry, I didn't select this properly. So you can see that the alert is created and you can also see the level here. This is at 65. Now, once the RSI starts coming down and the candle closes below a value of 65, it will trigger a PE. And that PE will continue till we define the exit also. Now, we have defined the entry, we have to define the exit also. The way to do that is simple. Go to the alert that you just created, right click on that and say clone that alert and modify that. Instead of crossing down, we'll say crossing up a value of say 35. We want the RSI to cross up from below. And here, instead of sell, we will say buy. Webhook URL will be the same. And here we will give the name as exit sell. It also means that we want to take a CE. I didn't change the value. Yeah, I'll say it. As you can see, both the alerts are shown in the table, in the chart. When the RSI closes below 65 and when it comes below the 35 level and starts moving up, the PE which should have got taken here will be closed and CE will be triggered. And again, it will go up. And again, when it starts coming down, the CE will be closed and PE will be taken. That is how it will work. Any queries so far? So for indicators, we create two uh, alerts, one for entry and one for exit. And whenever these levels are achieved, the entries will be triggered. Just give me a moment. I'm trying to cover it one after the other. If you are trading in multiple stocks, if you have one indicator, you can use the facility in TradingView called a screener and apply the screener strategies to that screener, which could have, say, 50, 100 stocks. And whenever that screener gives buy and sell for any stock, it will trigger the order and the order will be placed for you, sir. If that was the query, yes. Suppose you are using a watch list or a screener and apply this RSI onto that screener or on a list of stocks, it will continue working. It will trigger, suppose if it is, you have HDFC, you have Infosys, you have any other stocks, and you are trading in multiple quantities, different quantities for each stock, it will place orders accordingly. So you have for if you are using when you are using a study like a indicator, you have to define the entry and exits. Otherwise, the system will not understand when to enter and when to exit. As you can see here, the RSI has come down a level, and the order should have got triggered. So you can see that sell order has been sent at 11:24:00. Let us look at what has happened to that order. You'll be able to see it here. This is the Bank Nifty options. So you can see that 11:24, we have got a sell order from, you will be able to make out that this is from a different IP, trading view IP. You can see that the order has been placed for ITM5 PE, a normal order, and the quantity was 1,500. It has placed two orders, and the PE order is running. Sorry. So, as I was mentioning, so these are all one-time setups for you. You can do this and leave it there in TradingView. You can also configure those in Algomojo and just leave it there. Every day morning, come and switch it on for live trade or paper trade, and the system will take care of any signals that we come in. Right? Any doubts so far? Now, if you're running an indicator or a price-based action, then you have to create entry and alert. Whereas things like super trend, it'll the coding is done in such a manner that it just needs one alert, like here, what we created, which can understand both the kind of entries, buy and sell. So only one alert for strategies. And if it is indicator or price-based action, then you need to create two alerts, one for entry and one for exit. So whenever, say, for example, this is running in long now, it might give a short. So we have a long position running already. You can see here, sorry, under my signals, go to um, this future strategy. We have a long position running. 7,500 quantity is running. If TradingView gives a sell signal here, um, based on this price coming down and triggering, we will have the long position converted to short. It is as simple as that to automate any strategy or any indicator. If it is strategy, let me repeat again, you have to just create one alert. If it is an indicator or a price based, we will look at one more price based action, how to do it. Based on that, the entry and exit have to be defined. Once you define those, the system can keep running for you automatically without any intervention. You need not be sitting in front of the computer after it is um, enabled for live trade or paper trade. Exactly. So when say now RSI has come below this 35 level, when RSI starts moving up, it will close the PE and take the CE for us. So we will just wait for that signal to come in. Then we will be able to see it in live, those signals, how it gets processed. So as you can see here, this was for the strategy and this was for the indicator. So here it has taken long in futures. Here it has taken an entry for PE. This is Nifty futures and this is Bank Nifty PE. And how to do this setup. So RSI is also coming down and we might trigger a super trend might trigger a short. So let us wait for that alert to happen. So we have two alerts. We might get a short, and if RSI starts coming in, we'll get a buy. So you can bring in any indicator, you can bring in any strategy. We are not touching the codes of any of these studies which are there. Uh, we just pick up the signals from here or the levels what you have created and then start place the orders for you. So this has generated a sell signal. As you can see here, sell has come in for this Nifty. So let's look at how the order has got processed. So this figure was at level 29.44. Go to Algomojo, go to signals. As you can see here, 11:44, the sell signal has come and the order has got placed. And as you can see, now it is turned short. It's taken a short position. So it will keep running between long, short, long, short. You need not have to do any other changes. All these are one-time setup. See how to use using a screener. Unfortunately, for screener kind of execution, you will need to have a premium paid subscription, not the basic minimum one, the other one. Let me show you the trading view subscription plans. They provide various plans, whereas here, if you can see the watch list alert. In the first two plans, they don't give the watch list alert. Suppose you have a watch list and you're running a strategy or a indicator on that watch list. That facility is provided only if you have a premium account. It doesn't come with the essential or the plus. It comes only with the premium account. So we have users who have deployed and are using these kind of screeners and indicators on multiple stocks, and it's working pretty fine for them. So we are sure that whatever you are able to get in TradingView, we'll be able to take that. So for demo, I'll not be able to show how it works from the watch list. In case if you have a premium account, we can help you to set it up for you. Process is the same, pretty similar. Instead of watch list, instead of the this thing, it'll the chart. Instead of the chart, it will pick up from the watch list. Whatever you might have under the watch list, it will pick it up from that watch list. So you have to make provision when you're creating an alert to select which is the watch list to be added to that, and it will pick up from that. Yes, strategy can be used from the essential plan. Up to 10 alerts you can create. Sorry, 20 price alerts you can create. If you have alerts which are more than 20, then you have to move to the plus plan, which allows up to 100. The next plan is 400. So, like what we saw now, just now, for indicators, you have to create two, and for strategy, we have created one. So, three alerts are used. So, up to 20 alerts you can create in the essential plan. Yeah, suppose you have taken an entry like this, and a certain amount of profit or loss is achieved. Um, the system will, suppose here you're gone and uh, in the strategy, you have set a certain target and stop loss, not an issue. If the target or stop loss is hit, we will close the position for you, and a new signal coming in from trading view. First, we will look at if that position is open still or not. If it is not open, we will take the action appropriately. So that is, if the long taken was closed, we will not take a short position double quantity. If your strategy requires that we take a short quantity, we'll take short for one lot only. If you want, if otherwise, would have had to close the long and take the short. So we would have passed two short positions. If the position is not open, we'll pass only one short position so that your trade is not messed up, or your trades are happening as per the requirement that you would have defined. See, technical glitch, what happens? Technical glitch at which end? Whether it is important to understand where the glitch is happening. It can happen. If you look at this flow, one is your trading view. From their cloud, they send it to Algomojo cloud. From Algomojo to it goes to broker. From broker, it goes to exchange. So point of failures can be at any place. It can happen at the broker, it can happen at the exchange, it can happen at the trading view, it can happen at Algomojo also. But every operator, since this is a financial, finance related, or everybody would ensure that they are built in robust systems for backups. So not that things cannot fail, it can happen. It has happened at some of the largest brokers, it has happened at TradingView. I'm not denying the fact that we might also have had instances. But our ability to create multiple backups and ensure high availability to the customers is what has kept us in business for the past 8, 10 years, and we continue to grow. We understand the importance of the availability and to avoid glitches as such. So our systems are pretty robust. As I was again mentioning, we are just a transport layer kind of thing. So your signal generation is happening at one end, which could be TradingView, it could be Amibroker, it could be charting, any place. We pick up that signal. We don't do much processing except to see what is that you're trying to trade and what is that a quantity that you're trying to trade, and pass that information to broker. Broker in turn sends it to the exchange and they execute the order. We get the feedback and place it or show it in your account. That's it. We don't add much overheads at all to the signals that come in. So for us, the point of failure are pretty low because we don't have much processing. Yeah, the various plans that are available are these. So premium works out to, if you take an annual plan, I think. Uh, if you take an annual plan, it works out to 4,000. If you take a monthly plan, I think it'll be about 5,000 rupees. Monthly subscription come to 5,000. If it is annual, it works out to 4,000. So if you are using two watch lists, this plan would be sufficient. If it is more than that, up to 10 is expert and ultimate level, which allows 15 watch list alerts. You can have 15 watch lists and you can create alerts for each of them. So coming back onto trading view, so so this is still running in sell, and the RSI has still not moved in. So we have these three triggers of orders which are coming in. So let us wait for the RSI to move up to see how the PE will get closed and CE will be taken. Meanwhile, there's one more interesting thing that I would just wanted to show for the users. Now, a lot of um, people use the support resistance or price based actions or trend line kind of based actions. Can we trigger order based on those? Yes, you can. For example, you have drawn a trend line, uh, something like this, like this, right? And if the price breaks down this below this, you want to take an entry into Nifty futures, for example, a short entry, or we'll draw one more trend line, something like this. So you have a breakout, you want to take a long entry, either in options, futures, equities, whatever. And if it is a breakdown, you want to take a short entry in anything, Nifty, futures or options, or even in cash segment for intraday kind of trade. Or if you're a portion trader, you want the existing carry forwarded quantities to be closed, those can also be done. Now, the method of creation for price-based action is, or the trend line kind of. Here we have put a downward sloping trend line. We want a long entry to be taken. The price goes above that if it gives a breakout. After drawing this, just go and right click on that and say add alert. And say that if the price is crossing up, then and above the trend line, and it closes above that, then give me a long entry. So all you have to do is go here and place the message content from here. Take this and say buy. And place it here. Sorry, I didn't copy that properly. And webhook URL, update the webhook URL and give a name like TL breakout and say create. So your alert will be created. So whenever there's a breakout, the order will be placed for taking a long entry. It is as simple as that. You can put in any drawing. Now, suppose you have taken a short entry and you feel that this is a support area or somewhere here is a support area. Let me remove this. Suppose this is a support area. If the price comes down to this level and you have taken a short entry and you want the level to be closed or the portion to be closed, you can do that. You put in your study here saying that draw a horizontal line or the support line and right click on that and say add alert if the price is crossing down, or if you want the price to go down and then starts coming up, only you want the portion to be closed, you keep it as crossing up the horizontal line and the bar has to close above that and create it. So what it will do is you'll be able to see this here. It has created this horizontal line kind of thing. So whenever the price goes down below this 1,04,733 and starts coming up, then it is a proper support. It will close the position for you, which for the entry which you have taken here. So it can be any price-based action. It could be any indicator. It could be any strategy that you would have. You can automate them to place orders in your account in one or two simple steps of copy paste. Adding an alert, in while you're adding an alert, you have to update the message box, you have to update the webhook URL. The content to be added in both these places is given by us. You need not have to open any of these, say for example the code of say super trend. You don't have to touch the super trend code or any code for that matter and make changes here or there, look for certain things and make changes, save it. It could lead to a lot of errors and you should have programming knowledge, all that. Nothing is required. You have to have a study, you have to have a indicator, or you have to have a strategy which you want to trade. You are back tested and you want to take trades based on those signals. We are there to help you out to place those orders. You need not be sitting in front of that system to place such orders. That is the advantage we bring in for the users. And you can take positions in futures, you can take positions in options, you can trade in equities, you can trade in commodities, irrespective of the instrument, except for the crypto and forex kind of markets. All instruments currently supported by the Indian exchange brokers, you will be able to trade and automatic. That is our value proposition. Oh, exactly. Copy trade is something interesting. Now, yes, we have introduced a facility wherein you, not only you, the platform will help your friends and family to replicate a similar kind of order whenever the signals are generated. Suppose, for example, you have a strategy, you're running it and trading, you are back tested, you found it to be profitable, and you have been using it, and you want to take the same trades in your friends and family account. All they have to have is a broking account and link it with Algomojo, like the way you do it. Either they open a new account or take a subscription from us. And what you need to do is, once you create the strategy in Algomojo. Yeah. For example, like this, we created something for futures. Here, the similar thing, what you created for futures, like here, your friends and family members will also need to create, saying that they also need to trade in Nifty. They want to trade positional. Instead of 100 lots, somebody might like to trade in 10 lots or 25 lots or 15 lots or whatever, as per the individual's requirement. Create the same thing there in their web page of Algomojo, replica of what you have done, right? And all you have to do is publish your signal. The way to do it is go to publish and add that client. Now here you will be able to add only if the paper trade is off, the live trade is off. Let me switch it off. You go and say signal followers. Say you have a person who is using fires. You select fires and put in as client ID. It can be anything. This is first stock, I think. And suppose you want to give them a validity of 1 month, you say add follower. So this person will be added to this strategy that you're running. So a similar thing will be seen under his account, wherein he has to say click it and enable it. And whenever you get a signal from TradingView, for example, like this, whenever you get a buy or a sell signal from here, the same signal will go to him also. And if he is trading in futures or options, whatever, the same, based on the same signal, the orders will get placed for you and for your friend and family also. The advantage being that you are the publisher who have been using the system for a long time, and it has been profitable. You are trying to share your experience, share your profits with your friends and family. Only you need to run it on TradingView. They need not have to have any other system to run. All they have to do is just follow you. And whatever signals you are getting, they will also get, and orders will be placed as per the requirement. It is a simple step to process it. Yeah, see, there's no separate fee as such. Like, as I mentioned, you have to have a subscription. You have to have an API, either by opening an account with us. And if your friends and family also open an account with us, they also get the APIs free of cost from us. And there's no other charge involved. If all of you open the account with using Algomojo as a referral, it is free for all of them for life. There's no separate charges for copy trade or sharing your signals. Only you are incurring your investments into TradingView uh, and running your strategy as such, and all your friends and families are getting the same benefit, right? Now, the while we were discussing, we can see that the RSI has moved up. Let us see what is the signal that has come. So it has, one moment. So the entry which was taken here has got exited. So the PE which was taken should have got closed and a C should have been taken. So let us look at what has happened to those trades or those signals. Go to my signals and select the demo. We took the sell or the PE here around 1124. Buy came in at 1146. You can see that the buy came here and the PE has been closed. PE quantity has become zero. And now C is running. So P got closed and C is running. So this can continue as long as you have these alerts up and running. Suppose you don't want to do it, you want to stop it, you can pause it. Pause any of the strategies in trading view, then the orders will not be processed. So you can see that the RSI, if it comes on again, the CE will be closed and PE will be taken. So all these are one-time setups that you need to do, and systems can run without any intervention. Yes, all for copy trade kind of facility, everybody has to log in. Like you do every day, you'll need to request whoever is following the account, your strategies, they have to log in as close to the market time as possible. How can you create signals using EDX crossing 20? So similar to like what we did, let me find this. So let us select an indicator, whatever is the time frame. So let's load this indicator. And here, when you're creating an alert, go to, after adding the ADX, you can say that if the ADX is going to cross up from below, right, a value of say 20 or 25, whatever is your study, and if the bar closes above that 20, you take a long position. So for that, you have to go to this message box and update this code called from your strategy, go here and copy this for indicator, go to indicator section and copy this by and place it here. Place it here and give a name, say ADX long entry. And give a webbook URL, whether you're trading in futures or anything, create the same thing. For example, let me copy the existing one, go back here and place it here. That's it. If the you can see here where there's a dotted line close to that 20, let me try and make it slightly higher, make it 25. Okay. So if the ADX crosses above 25, some below, not from top, you want the entry is, you're feeling that the portion will be bullish, trend will be bullish, it will continue moving up. If it crosses some above, from below, then only the entry has to be taken. So that is why we are saying that when we are creating this, saying that crossing up, not crossing down, right? So select this condition properly and save it. That's it. There's nothing else to be done. That's what. So you will need to. It depends on when you want to take an entry or an exit. We are not. We don't know whether it is going to trend, not trend, whether it is giving strength or not strength. You have to determine when should be your entry as per your study, as per your requirement. That is dependent on you to judge. We can tell you how to take an entry, but when to take an entry, you have to study and make a judgment on that. Or if you want to combine, say, ADX with RSI, with super trend, we have seen people who use multiple stuff. They get a special coding done. And if all the conditions of ADX and RSI or CCI, whatever logic that you're trying to compare are all met, then it will trigger a buy signal on your chart, and that can be transported and order can be placed in your account. The process to do that is what we saw when we created an alert for, say, this dealing in futures as such. See, we are, as I was mentioning, a bridge between your charting platform and your broker account. We are not uh, a strategy provider. We are not an indicator provider. We are not a registered advisory. We don't provide any advisory services. We are a transport layer between your chart and your broker to help you to place orders automatically. That is what our platform will do. Whether to take a short entry, long entry, based on what conditions, that is your judgment. Or you have various studies which give you entry and exits. Bring them here. It could be trading view, it could be charting, it could be Python, it could be Amibroker, any of those tools. From there you can automate and place orders. That is the role that we play as an API bridge provider. We are working also with certain currency crypto providers. I feel that we're at least the 2 to 3 months away from for being us to be ready for offering any crypto based trading. Uh, as soon as we integrate with any of these crypto providers, we will definitely update all the users. You can start using those services too. So it's very initial stage for us. It could take another 2 to 3 months is what I feel. So if you want to take only one entry, for example, you could be running any strategy in, say, it could be super trend, it could be RSI, it could be anything. You can say that I just want to take one trade for the day. You can do that setting here. Go to Algomojo. Here under maximum number of daily signals, make it an editable format. If the system is running live or paper trade, it will not allow you to take any position, make any edits. So go to the strategy that you have created, and there you say that maximum signals per day. You can see here. You can mention it as one. So it will take one trade for the day. So if you say five, it will take five trades. Buy sell is counted as one trade. So if it is 10, that means buy sell, buy sell, buy sell, buy sell, and buy sell. Five trades for the day will be allowed. After that, any new signal coming in, it will not trade. If you had selected one, then it will take buy, and then sell comes, it will close. If the buy comes again, it will be switched off and it will not be processed. Yeah. Now this is number of trades. Now suppose you want to limit, say super trend, for example. If I understand this, let me correct me. If super trend or any strategy that you're trading gives multiple buy signals, and you want to take the only one buy, then what you can do is here you can go and say maximum current concurrent entries as one. So it will process the first buy signal, and if the second buy signal comes, it will not take. It will wait for the sell signal. After that, if the buy comes, then it will take again. Hope that was what you were asking, sir. So this will process only one kind of signal one time. That is, it will not take multiple buys if it is coming continuously. It will take the first buy and wait for the opposite signal to come, that is sell to come. And after that, if a buy comes, it will take again. Hope my understanding was correct. Okay, thanks. So the setups are one time to be done both in Algomojo and in TradingView or whichever charting platform that you're using. And every day just come and switch it on for live trade and paper trade. Systems can keep running for you. So, and the process for setting up these alerts or automation in any of the tools that you want to use are pretty similar and simple. All you have to do is copy paste one or two things and create the alerts. It is similar thing for charting also. It is pretty similar for Amibroker also. and systems can keep running for you without any intervention till you stop it. Yes. Any other queries? Any other things that you'd like to see? Yeah. So if you have to combine a couple of things, then you have to get the coding done. We will not be able to do it. Say, take an entry in super trend if the ADX is above, say 20, that we can't do it. It has to be written into the supertrend code. So we'll need to modify the supertrend code to check for ADX and see if the value of ADX is above 25 when the buy is coming, then only take the buy signal. That way we have to get the coding done. Combining multiple strategies or indicators or strategy and indicator is not possible. If it is single indicator, single strategy, you can do it. If it is to combine multiple stuff, then we can help you to do that. It will come at a cost. It will come at you will need to tell us your requirement. We can check and come back and give you the quotation for that, and then get it coded, and then you can start using. So coming back onto the presentation we had, we just saw how to do automation using Supertrend or RSI based or trend line based kind of thing. The process is just copy paste of one or two things. And it is one time activity that you need to do at both uh, Algomojo end and also in the trading view or Amibroker or charting end. And the systems can keep running for you. So the process is if you are using a strategy, first always select the trading symbol that you want to trade, then select the time frame, then load the strategy that you want to use, and then create an alert. For creating an alert, you have to update the message box. The content for that is what is available under the strategy that you just create in Algomojo. Just copy paste that and update the webhook URL. That is all is the process for if you're running a strategy. If you are using an indicator, you have to create two alerts. Process is similar but slight difference. One, load your indicator, select the time frame. Of course, first the symbol, then the indicator, and then the time frame. And you have to update the conditions. The condition would be whether it is crossing up or crossing down a certain value, whether it is once per bar close, and those kind of triggers. And then update the um, message box with two of them. One is for entry and one for exit. If it is buy, then update with the buy code. If it is exit, then use the sell code here. That is all the process if you're using indicators. Depending on the indicator that you're trying to use, the conditions could be way different. Some of them will have completely different conditions. Okay, it may not be something like crossing up or crossing down. You will need to check in trading what is the condition that you want to follow. Accordingly, select that. Now, if you're an options trader, how to set up each of these option strategies is provided in a blog under the section algomojo.com/blog. Step-by-step process of setting up any of these strategies is explained. In case you'd like to check it out, please do it. A small brief about our support structure. Our team is available for any kind of assistance between 9 to 5 o'clock from Monday to Friday. On Saturdays, we are open from 10 to 5. You can get in touch with us on WhatsApp, which is on 81055572233. You can call us 8550 and 828, or you can raise a ticket from our webpage, or you can send us an email at support@algomojo.com. Our teams are available to provide any kind of assistance in terms of doing the setup. Again, let me reiterate, we don't provide advisory services. We are not a tip provider nor a strategy provider. We are not we are not an RA. We provide only a bridging service, you can bring in any strategy of your requirement and any indicator. We can try and help you to automate that strategy or indicator for order placement in your broker account. Thank you. My name is Lokesh. You can send an email in case you need any queries or coding support to lokesh@24lab.com. And we have an extensive blog. Kindly refer to them. Our website is algomojo.com. Yeah. See, if you open an account using Algomojo as a referral partner, or if you open an account, for example, from here with any of the listed brokers, you get free of cost the APIs, no charges for using any facility of Algomojo. In case you already have an account, then you get 7 days trial period, and after the trial period, you have subscription which can be monthly, half yearly, or yearly. If you take a yearly plan, it will work out to 500 rupees per month for you. Otherwise, it is 1,000 rupees. Please try out the free plan trial period, 7 days, experience it. In case if you find value in our offerings, if you find that our platform is able to meet your requirements, then I would suggest that take up the subscription. In case if you have any queries, kindly post it now. Else, we can end this session today for today. Yeah, see, what happens is we have an understanding with the brokers, right? Uh, I said we can offer this free plan only with select brokers. So for when you open an account with any of these 7 brokers, one moment, there's some problem in the monitor that I'm using. So when you open an account with any of the 7 brokers and trade with them, they do share with a certain amount of brokerage. That's how we are able to generate revenue and sustain ourselves. Otherwise, we'll not be able to generate revenue and keep going. Of course, it's a small share, but helps. So these 7 brokers do provide us the brokerage sharing for every trade that you do. Of course, they also charge very nominal. Nowadays, as you're aware, the per trade, the cost is some 20 rupees kind of thing. So part of that they do share. Which helps us to sustain. Yes, we are working on an options tool, which will have the open interest analysis kind of environment also. So there are brokers like Flat Trade, Shunya, who don't charge any brokerage. So with those people, when you want to trade, you have to definitely take the subscription from us. Thank you. Thanks to everyone for attending this session. Have a nice weekend. In case if you have any queries, any requirement, feel free to contact us. Thank you.